All right. Boom. Should be streaming. Alrighty. There we go. Should be live now. Let's make sure we are unmuted, and we are. All right. What I'm gonna do today is look at this new Digitone 2 that just dropped, which looks insanely cool. And I'm very excited for it. I already ordered one. I hope it gets here soon. I think it's going to take a few weeks, maybe next month, but we'll see. It looks, I've done some research on it. It looks pretty cool, but there's a lot of creators who have been making videos over the last day, I guess earlier today, about it. And I got a few lined up, and I just want to go through and react a little bit to what this thing looks like, because it looks very awesome. All right. Let me open that up. Boom. Loopop, phenomenal creator in my opinion. Just gonna go through this vid. I will be honest, I've watched this earlier, but honestly there's so much good information here that I probably forgot like half of it by now. So yeah, let's see what's going on.
Okay, let's start with an overview. Digitone 2, like the original, is still a synthesis-based music sequencing and production instrument, unlike Electron's Digitakt, which is sample-based, though
Alright, I already know it's not a sampler. There's some things I know. What I really want to get back into are probably the synthesizers, because it's got a few new models. It's also 16 voices. Hold up. One more thing I should do is probably open up the product page. Oh no, are we lagging? Oh no, my bitrate has fallen. All right. Let's see what's going on. All right, my connection's good now.
things have changed dramatically.
All right. Things have changed dramatically with this thing. One thing I want to do, hold up, is open up electron.se, which is, there we go. I want to go on the product page as well, because there's a lot of cool stuff here. Maybe even like look through the manual. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot this thing can do that the current Digitone is just not set up for. Let's do that as well. All right, let's go back to the Loopop video. All right, let's jump right into the synths, because there's so many different engines.
On Digitakt, you'll also get a full plugin style control interface for this. Okay, let's dive in a little bit deeper and take a look at what's new in Digitone 2, and I'll start with the synth machines. The FM tone machine is an exact copy, as far as I could tell, of the engine in the original.
Also, I just realized I'm not even showing up on this little view, so let me fix that real quick. Let's move this up. Boom, there I am. All right. Let's get back into it.
Original Digitone. I actually copied all of the original Digitone presets in here, and they work just fine, including patterns. Because the FM tone engine is exactly the same, I won't spend much time on how it works. It's been covered by me and others. Okay, let's move on to the next synth engine or machine called FM drum. This machine also has two parallel paths, like the original FM engine, only here one of them is dedicated to noise transients, and the other three control the body of the sound, which is based on 3-operator FM synthesis. Now, because you can't actually sort the presets by machine, at least not as of the current firmware, I put a few FM drum sounds here, so you can take a listen to a few of its sounds.
This thing, like, I can already tell it's going to have so much potential for like making insanely cool sounds. Like, you're going to be able to make some drums that you can't normally like think of, just because of like the tools that they're giving you, or even just like weird sounds that aren't drums. Yeah.
So let's break down how this works.
Yeah.
I'll start with the
I'm very
simple
excited.
noise transient side. So I'll reduce the level of the body all the way down and increase the level of the noise transient. You can see we've got 2 level controls here. The click or transient with various trans.
So that thing, like all the different transients that they have, very excited about that. Cause like you could add so much different, like could add so many different flavors to your drums with all the different like transient options they're giving you, especially for like snares and stuff. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for that. And like later in the video, he does like some cool stuff with the comb filter. That is also very, very unexpected for me. So let's
types.
continue.
And a decay envelope, as well as a hold stage. And then beside the drum transient, we also have noise with grain control. And there's also a bass width filter.
I feel like I should speed this up a little bit. It is going not fast enough.
Low pass and high pass filter, which
I love loop hop. Just again, to be clear, it is not him.
will be used
just
as a bandpass filter. Anyway, that's the noise part of the FM drum engine. And then these 3 pages control the FM side. These have a few interesting options. Let's get levels back up. You've got a basic carrier, which can be any one of these shapes.
That's pretty cool.
That's carrier C. You can control its pitch, either fine tune or octaves. You've got a pitch envelope for carrier C with depth and time.
I mean, it's all you really need to make a solid kick or a snare is like a good pitch envelope. That's like the main thing,
and
then you just tune it.
Here as well, which gives a
so I feel like the wave folder that's like pretty unique. I'd say on a drum synth, I don't really see wave folders that often. Am I still live? What's going on? Okay, cool. I am. I'm just like stuck in time there. All right. The wave folder, that's unique. You don't really see like wave folders too often on a drum synth. At least like I don't encounter it very often. And I feel like Electron, probably like on the Digitakt, some of these hold up, let me switch over to the Digitakt. I feel like on the Digitakt, some of these machines have something that is like akin to wave folding. Probably not that. I think it's on the hi-hat machine. Let me switch tracks. Might be here. Yeah. I don't know if this is like truly wave folding. Probably more like modulation, but it's can do a lot of cool things. Anyway, excited for the wave folder functionality.
It's distinctive sound, I think. And then you can use operators A and B to modulate the frequency of the carrier or the phase of the carrier. And in some of the algorithms, there are 7 of them, you can also hear operator B. It's audible, it's connected to the output. Now we won't hear operator B unless we start playing with its envelope, with its mod depth.
This thing's cool too. You can like
alongside.
blend different sounds together on one drum, which is, again, not a lot of synths let you go into this level of detail to craft just a simple drum sound. I feel like this is, I don't know, maybe I haven't seen that many FM drum synths in my lifetime, but this seems like pretty unique.
The carrier. And you can modulate its level as well.
To be clear though, I think like this stuff exists on regular FM synths. I just haven't seen one on a drum synth before.
And you can also control its feedback if it has a little squiggly connected to it. Feedback adds harmonics to a sine, morphing it into a saw and eventually noise. You've also got joint waveform control for operators A and B. And of course, since this is FM, we can use, in this case, operator A to modulate the frequency or phase of operator C. And we do that on this page. Simply increase its mod depth to add harmonics to the carrier.
Yeah, you're going to be able to make some really weird sounds. Yep. Especially if you mess with the ratio.
Will let you make quantized changes. And of course, your tool will want to modulate.
Definitely some odd 808s for sure. I feel like you'll be able to make a lot of cool sound effects with this, a lot of cool laser sounds, things like that.
Mod depth.
Like evolving
so that's page
drums.
2, and page 3 lets you control the body of the carrier and control a few other parameters, including using it as a ring mod source for the noise generator. So this is with ring mod, this is without. So FM drum is a fairly comprehensive percussion or drum synth. Let's move on to the second.
Yeah, the FM one, that's really like the main thing. The FM drum synth is one of the main things I'm excited about. FM tone, obviously, this is just like the same exact synth that exists today on the regular Digitone, the Digitone 1. Hold up, let's see if they talk about. I think they talk about the different synths here. Yeah, so I think the Swarmer synth already exists on the Synth. So I'm pretty sure they're recycling the Swarmer. Here, if we go on the Synth, I think it's a digital synth. Let's look at it. Yeah. Yep, they're recycling, for sure recycling the Swarm synth. It's a cool synth, but it's nothing new. Like it sounds fine. The tone synth is from this thing. So like as you can hear, you could do some pretty insane stuff with. I don't know why these other tracks are not working. Let's maybe if we clear them. Cool. We'll just go back here. It's just the regular sine right now, but the FM drum is new, and then the wave tone. These are both new synths, the wave tone and the FM drum, which seem very cool. The other thing that it has is this like comb minus, I guess. Hold up, let me zoom in a little. Let's go back. Yeah, the comb minus seems like a new thing, like on the Digitakt. If you go into the filter machines, you do have a comb filter right here. It's probably hard to see on this screen because it's a little blurry, but you do have a comb filter over here. But you don't have like, you're not able to do plus or minus. I think it's all just, let me zoom in. I think it's all just like plus. This kind of looks like positive to me. I don't know. So it's cool that you get like more options here. I'm sure you could come up with different sounds there. And there's something cool that Loopop does in the video when it comes to the comb filter. Just like using noise and running it through the comb filter, you can get some really cool sounds. I want to see where that section is right here.
Both negative and positive. Comb filters are called that because they apply a kind of comb to the frequency spectrum, either notches or resonant peaks. There's a low pass filter on it as well, and can make this cool style of effect.
Yeah, this alone, like on the Digitakt, lets you design so many weird sounds that I feel like having this on the Digitone now is like, it's going to open up so many options that were previously not available. And that you have like two different types. You have the positive and the negative, and you're able to like differentiate. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be endless sound design possibilities.
As you can see, the comb minus makes these notches in the frequency spectrum, and comb plus gives you these resonant peaks.
Okay, so then what we have on the Digitakt 2 is definitely the minus version. We don't have the plus.
Assuming you apply resonance or feedback, of course. Anyway, cool phasing sounds aside, this, like the other filters, has key tracking. And comb filters, as you may know, are very popular in physical modeling style sounds. So for example, this is a really nice sounding...
Like, this blew my mind. The fact that you could do like pianos with just noise and a comb filter.
piano, I think. And all the magic happens here in the filter, along with the bass width filter. If we were to not use any feedback or filtering, all we have is a simple noise sound.
That was crazy. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that this entire thing was simply a noise, like just noise running through a comb filter, and you get a grand piano. That was nuts when I saw that.
Sound generated by the FM drum. The transient will change the character of the sound, of course. So we can very quickly morph our piano into something very different and quite alien.
And like immediately, as he's like going through the different like transient sounds, like the different, I guess, flavors of noise, you just like immediately start hearing like strings. Like eventually it kind of like sounds like it could be a violin or some sort of like bowed instrument. I don't know. It's pretty nuts. I'm looking forward to messing around with this. And the cool thing is, like, you made a grand piano from a freaking drum synth. Like, that's unexpected. I don't know. Maybe this is not impressive for like seasoned sound designers. As like a newbie myself, this seems very, very cool.
If we go back to the piano for a second, changing the filter machine type from plus to minus will also change the character of the sound, of course, to a more hollow sound compared to...
Maybe that's like more like plucked strings a little bit.
Comb plus. Another interesting sound is this cello, for example. Again,
so
just
cool.
Noise being fed into the filter. With, of course, key tracking set to 100%, otherwise this doesn't work. Moving on.
All right. The comb filter. The drum synth. Yeah, those things are very exciting. I don't know how I felt about like this wavetone synth. I think it's a 2 oscillator wavetable synth. With the first one, like wave 1, I think is more virtual analog, and wave 2 is more digital.
And of course, and then you can morph between 2 wavetables of shapes, classic virtual analog style shapes. And then the second option is a more digital harmonic wavetable.
Yep.
So this morphs between.
Oh, okay. So you can like pick. That's cool. You could pick like to use the virtual analog or
and these sounds.
the more digital one.
Then you've got phase distortion, which is kind of like pulse width modulation, but for any waveform shape.
That's pretty cool.
Including, of course, the...
One thing I will say, though, about this that's like the Digitone 2 that's going to be weird is, well, I don't know if it's weird. I'm probably used to it at this point, having used Electron boxes a lot, but it's very menu divey. If you don't like menu diving and like learning all of these things, it'll probably get annoying or tedious. But I don't know. I feel like it's very easy to build muscle memory on the Electron boxes, but it is very menu divey. Lots of, like you can see, there's 3 pages for this synth to edit stuff. And when you go on a lot of these
virtual analog shapes,
like when you go on like the filters to Like if we go back to the comb filter, you could see 2 pages here. Like you even have multiple pages to do like parameter locks and shit. It's going to be a lot. You have a lot of menu diving on Electron boxes, unfortunately. But honestly, it's not too bad. I feel like it's not too bad once you get used to it, and I feel like you can navigate like pretty quickly. Like even with the Digitakt, you have multiple pages on the filter, multiple pages on the sample, I guess, but even like this isn't too bad. Definitely multiple pages for the LFO. Effects is pretty clear. Amp is pretty clear. Yeah, Digitakt's not as bad. Multiple pages on like trig conditions and all that fun stuff. The Digitone one definitely seems more intense. You have like multiple pages for all the synths, basically, from what I can tell, like up to 4 pages. That's a lot. I used to like on the Digitone, regular Digitone 1, you get like a page per one of these, but they took these pages. You have a couple here. They took these and they collapsed them into one giant thing. So you're going to have to menu dive a lot to edit parameters. Not great, but you can get a lot of cool results. So probably worth it at the end of the day. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. I want to figure out how to get access to the manual, because I'm sure there is a lot of cool stuff in the manual that would be fun to read, I guess. Because I'm a nerd and I like reading the manual, and Electron typically has pretty detailed manuals. Let me zoom in a little. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of goodies here. What's also cool, I just remembered, so like the master effects. You get a master compressor. That's pretty huge. That's going to make your drums sound pretty awesome, in my opinion. I like the master compressor on the Digitakt 2, and I think they put the same exact one on the Digitone 2. Obviously, 16 voices is wonderful. 16 voices, 16 tracks. So you could basically get like a whole drum kit. Could get chords, bass line, couple extras, along with like the fact that you could parameter lock different presets if you want to maximize your voices. I think you'll have plenty to make full songs just on the Digitone, which is awesome. Master overdrive, that's great. Love that. Not much going on with the send effects. It's the same send effects you get on the Digitone today, which is chorus, delay, reverb. And you can send stuff through the effects, it looks like. Like you could send the chorus through the delay and reverb, delay through the reverb, all that fun stuff. I also like that you get the bit reduction and the, what is it? You get bit reduction, SRR. Why am I forgetting what this is? Sample rate reduction. There we go. Yeah, the sample rate reduction, the bit rate reduction. It just opens up a lot of like different avenues for sound design. So it's great that you get those now too. I feel like though, like honestly though, they could probably just do an update on the Digitone and give us that stuff if they wanted to. Cause like on the Digitone right now, regular one, This is the effects page. You have a lot of empty slots here. If they wanted to, they could probably give us sample rate reduction and bit rate reduction. But alas, I am skeptical it will ever come to the Digitone. But I could be wrong. Who knows? All right. Let's see. I don't care that much about patterns. Oh, another cool thing. Could go on like mute mode. Another cool thing that happened is they implemented the same mutes that are on the Digitakt 2, which basically you can queue up things to mute them now. Hold up. There we go. So if you hold function and you press something to mute it, it'll queue it up instead of muting it right away, which is pretty huge when you're trying to like perform stuff. I'm glad we're getting that. Again, I feel like they could just add that to the Digitone though, like the regular one today, and all the other boxes. Like the Synth, in my opinion, should have that as well. It's such a useful feature, and I'm sure like they can add it if they want to. Will they? Probably not, but they probably can. All right. Ooh, there's a couple other things. As I'm like seeing stuff, I'm like remembering stuff that I read. Hold up. Patterns, kits. I don't care that much about that. What I want to talk about is the new features for, I guess like it's the ARP. They added some cool features there. Arpeggiator. Yeah, let's go down to the Arpeggiator. No, I don't think it's the ARP, because this looks like it's the regular ARP that we see today. Oh no, I'm on the wrong screen. All right. The Arpeggiator looks like it is the standard arpeggiator on the Digitone today. This doesn't look that different, but I could have sworn I saw a button here somewhere. Let's go back. Note edit. Let me scroll up a little bit. Note edit. I'm pretty sure this is a different way to sequence stuff. Let's look up note edit. Note edit. Grid recording. Note edit menu. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. So basically you can like pick notes, how long they play, how loud they are. You can even like nudge them slightly, and you can pick what step they go on from what I could see. So it makes it a lot easier to like put together chords. Seems pretty cool, honestly. And you can like strum chords and do all that stuff. Pretty exciting feature. That one looks pretty cool. Let's see. What else do they got here? This is like, so I'm just going to highlight this page because not only the Digitone, but basically all of the Electron boxes have pretty deep modulation options. But the problem is, not really a problem. To access those modulation options, you need an external controller that has like a mod wheel or aftertouch, things like that. And then you can access them. But you can add a lot more modulation to your to like the different Electron devices, like the Digitakt 2. If we go into the setup menu, there's something in here called like velocity mod, modulation wheel, aftertouch. And if we go on any one of these, like you can see, you get 4 different slots, and you can map these to, like I could just read out some of them, but you could map them to like LFO speed. You can map them to, you know, like the LFO depth for all 3 LFOs. You can map them to the tune. You can map them to the filter. There's a lot you can do with aftertouch, with the mod wheel, all that stuff, but you need an external controller that has aftertouch. It has a mod wheel for all this stuff to work. You can't just do it within self-contained in the box. Which is, you know, it is what it is. If you get like a pretty inexpensive Arturia keyboard, you can do a lot of this stuff. Like, oh. You get one of these guys. Good old key step. You get a mod wheel, you get pitch bend, which you can map stuff to that. I'm pretty sure this has monophonic aftertouch. Could be wrong though. But you need something like this. And then you can access a lot more modulation options, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll hook this up later. Need to find a cord to power it first, though. All right. I'm pretty satisfied with the Digitone investigation. Let me see if there's anything I missed. I feel like I talked about, the new drum synth. That's huge, in my opinion. New wavetable looks like pretty cool. Not insanely excited about it. Comb filters, having the plus and the minus. That's very exciting. A lot of options there for sound design. 16 tracks, huge. 16 voice polyphony, like pretty good. I wish they made it like 32. I mean, might as well like 32 or even like 60. Like, what's stopping you? Like, let us have more voices so we can have like a polysynth, on one of these tracks, basically. 3 LFOs is great. Overdrive is great. Compressor is great. Sample rate reduction, bit reduction, great. Talked about those. Talked about the note edit stuff. I think that was like everything I wanted to cover. Yeah, nothing really going on in terms of ins and outs. Overbridge, I don't really use it, but if you use it, it'll have it, it looks like, at some point. Okay. I think we're ready to move on to some sound design. And let me cue up. Oh, that's weird. Let me cue up the Digitakt. Boom. We got the Digitakt. Let me actually add something on this to make it a little bit clearer. It's going to look weird, but I'd rather have it look a little weird, but people be able to see the screen a little bit more clearly. Boom. There we go. Okay. So one of the cool things on the Digitakt is you can load up wavetables onto it if you like. And if you go into this little, it's called grid machine, which basically auto slices samples. What Electron has done is they have added a bunch of different wavetables here that are marked, with WT. And you could essentially just load up a wavetable as a sample. Like you can see it's a whole sample. And then you go into the grid menu and you could basically put it to 64 different slices. Have each slice have one length, and then essentially like navigate through a wavetable here. Let me turn off the comb filter real quick. Let's like reset everything. Make sure we have. So now the Digitakt is all of a sudden a synthesizer, which is a lot of fun to sound design on. So you can see no effects. That's just how it sounds. And we can navigate through this if we want. It's a little loud. Maybe let me turn down my headphones a little. So that by itself, not that cool. But what we can do, like obviously add a little reverb, little chorus. And then I got the comb filter loaded up. And in the comb filter, this thing is key tracking. I have it up to 100%. You probably can't see it, but oh well, I'll describe it. And then we can do like a little bandpass filter. And then we can do like some weird overtones. Like that's pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. A little too aggressive maybe. We'll have it fade in. And we can add some delay too. Some bit reduction. Maybe go up an octave. That's kind of cool. Maybe something else we can do is automate or modulate the slice selection. So it like basically starts going through this wavetable, and this will probably work best if we're somewhere in the middle. Maybe we pick a different wavetable. That's kind of fun. That's just a fun sound. I want to sample that. I just want to save that because it's so unnecessarily like aggro for a bass. And it's like, it almost sounds more fun with the chorus up. Alright, let's sample that. So went into the sampling menu. I'm gonna arm this, and I'm just gonna record a long one shot. Perfect. Alright. Let's do comb bass. Comb bass 1. All right. Let's go back in here. Cool. All right. What is going on? Did it not load my sample? Oh no. Did it just get saved as silence? Ooh, what we should do, switch this to one shot. All right, I lost audio. I don't know why, but I'm going to try turning it off and then on again, and a lot of the times this works. There we go. Turn it up. I think the the LFO rather, is not doing us justice with this. All right, there we go. That's pretty cool. Now if we want, we get it just like, you know, resample it like we did. Mess it up even more. You can get a lot of weird tones like this if you want. Oh, that might have been why it was. Hold up. Start. There we go. That's a lot of fun. You can use it to do like some pitch bendy action, which is exciting. Let's see. Go up a few octaves. That's fun. I feel like if you go low enough, it kind of turns into a little bit of a delay. Let's see. Let's turn on reset. That's pretty fun. That is very fun. The funny thing is there's no delay on this. Like the delay, you might not be able to see it super well, but it is completely down. So this is just the machine doing stuff. If we add delay, it'll probably get crazier. That's fun. Let's see, what can we do with this? Let's mess with the delay a little bit. Let's turn it into a ping pong delay. A little bit faster. Speed. Feedback is good. That's such a cool sound. That's a lot of fun. We're recording that. Yeah, see, I want like the second kind. I think I need to do 2 in a row. All right. Let's zoom in a little. Cool. Awesome. Bleep bloop. That's what we're calling this one. This is the joy of this machine for me. I just like making weird sounds, you know? I don't need to make like a full song. I just like making the bleep bloops. And that's what brings me the most joy. Sometimes that's all you need. You just need some good bleep bloops. Let's see. Let's see. Like a little bit of a bell. Ooh, that's cool. Let's see, maybe no delay. No, I say we add delay. One thing, so that this is just a little bit more fun, is I can pick a key. And just, ooh, we could do a blues key. I love blues keys. Cool. All right, we got that. Maybe we could do something fun with the automation. Perhaps. Ooh, maybe some auto panning. That's fun. Slow it down a little. Maybe have it fade in. Maybe we can add, vibrato, always a goodie. just a smidge. Perhaps we add this instead to the filter frequency and not the tune. That's cool. So as you can see, the Digitakt is much more than a simple sampler. It is a full-blown synthesizer if you use wavetables and single cycle waveforms, things like that. Which this isn't even a waveform. This is, or rather, single cycle waveform or a wavetable. It is a resample of a wavetable ran through a comb filter. I like that. That's fun. Maybe one thing we can try doing, perhaps, is setting up a loop point. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. I'm going to record this and save it because it's fun. It's a cool sound. Awesome. Boom. Much lower for some reason every time it's recorded, but it is all good. All right, we'll call this. We'll call this Resynth because it's a resampled synth. I don't know. I'm not good at naming stuff, but gotta do what you gotta do to have some idea of what you were making. Okay. What is happening? Why did it happen again? Oh no. I feel like every time I save a sample, I have to like restart this machine. Because it just stops. More is more. That's the first time I've seen that. Right. The sound is back. I feel like a lot of stuff got unloaded. Are you gonna load it back, my guy? What's going on? Feel like it's doing work because I can see this thing spinning. Let's see. I have faith in you. Maybe we'll make a beat. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reset this entire pattern. Cool. Now we have a factory pattern loaded in here. And what we're gonna do is make a quick beat, perhaps. I should have some kicks here, some of my own. that I feel like sound a little bit better. Maybe that's too much volume, or rather too loud. I don't know how I feel about that kick. It's a good one. All right. Should we do it super fast? Maybe we do like 165 BPM. I was trying to do like DMB vibes, but I don't think I'm putting stuff on the wrong or the right place. Alright, let's do hip hop instead. I'm in a more hip hoppy mood anyway. Let's do like 96. Alright. Let's do that. Let's change this to one of my sounds. All right. Let's turn up the volume a little. Actually, we're good. Cool. Let's change this to a hi-hat. It's kind of cool. Awesome. Alright, let's see what else we could throw in here. We have so many different percussion sounds to choose from. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Let's have that repeat maybe every 4 bars. Maybe throw some chorus on there. Cool. What else should we layer this on with? Maybe throw some chords, perhaps? Throw like a bass or something. Let's see. We gotta find a bass. That might be it. All right. Let's see. How long have I been streaming for? Ooh, I made it an hour. Let's see. We have it here. I think I can just copy. Can I copy both pages? I want to do that. Copy. I can't copy both pages. All right, we'll see. Paste. Let's go back. Second page. Copy. Boom. Paste. Yep, it is out of tune for sure. Okay, so the notes are right. I think. Actually, these notes do not look correct. Let's go back to track 6, paste. Alright, now we got the right notes, but the tuning's not right. Yeah, the bass sounds off. And on that note, I am tired because it is late. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Good night, people. I don't think there's anyone in here, but that's okay. I'll be back tomorrow doing this again, baby. Good night.